Hey everybody, Kyle Goth here from GoatFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel, and I've got my first reaction to the new Paul King-directed Wonka. This is a prequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original Gene Wilder film, although it doesn't really, stylistically there's some things in common, but there's also some changes. It should be noted that it's not hard and fast connected, but it is enough where I consider it a prequel. Hi buddy. This movie was an absolute delight. I'm so happy I got a chance to see it. It's a movie I really needed to watch. I really needed to have. I've had a lot of down this whole month and the past few months, and I think this is a movie that just really brought a smile to my face, made me forget about life for a little bit. I know, Goku, I know. Goku did not see it with me. I was at a theater. Okay. So, Timothée Chalamet, he does a solid job. I think he's not trying to be Gene Wilder, which I think is an incredibly smart choice. He's trying to kind of do his own thing. He's got some flourishes. He's got some similar line delivery. But he's not trying to do a Gene Wilder impression, which is important because I think a lot of people seem to think that impression is some sort of is performance, and that's not the case. His performance is good though. I really like Keegan-Michael Key was probably the standout for me in the film, which is funny because he's not a major character in the movie, but he plays the constable that's basically been paid off to stop Willy Wonka from becoming famous with his chocolate by this chocolate cartel. They're all pretty good as well. The cartel is funny because they each have their little quirks and just villainous enough to be believable and enticing, but like just kind of silly too. Paul King, if you don't know, directed the 2 Paddington films. He's not doing the 3rd Paddington film he's producing, but he chose to do this film instead. And he brings all that Paddington likeness to this film, which is really great. And I thought that was a good feeling, even though this film, it reaches further than Paddington in terms of like what it's trying to grasp and what it's trying to accomplish. And I think for the most part, it works pretty well, though not as well as Paddington 1 and 2 for that reason. Another standout was actually Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa. I knew that he was going to be really fun and charismatic in the role because Hugh Grant has been, I don't know what he's been doing recently, but he's been picking the wildest film choices. And Hugh Grant definitely stands out as a singing, dancing Oompa Loompa. And I thought it was a really, really spot-on casting that I never would have seen coming. Olivia Colman plays one of the villains, Mrs. Scrubbit. She is kind of the person who puts Willy on his path of figuring out what you got to do in order to be famous, or in order to have your chocolate shop that you really want. I'm blanking on the actress's name actually who plays Noodle, who's kind of Willy's sidekick throughout the film a lot. She was pretty solid too. I've never seen her in anything that I can remember, but I think she was quite good. Good performances all around actually. I think there's a lot of good in this film. I think most of the people that we meet in the laundry service where Willy ends up at one point, they're all fantastic. There was one guy who was in like Drunk History, and I don't know this actor, but he was on the Drunk History show, and he's really, really good in this film as well. So great performances. I like that the film is not a checklist. It's not just trying to tell you how, like the trailer said, how Willy became Wonka, which is a really stupid marketing ploy. But I was hoping it wouldn't be a checklist of here's all the things that made Willy Wonka Willy Wonka. There's still a lot of open space between that film and the original film. So that's kind of nice. It's just another story, which I really appreciate. So yeah, I like the film quite a bit, actually. Let me know your thoughts on Wonka down below. Oh, I should also mention, there's a lot of song choices and musical notes. I really like the music in the film as well. It's good enough on first listen to make me interested, but it made me want to rewatch it to like the songs, because the songs always age better on a rewatch. So those are my thoughts on the film. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts. You can also check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Threads, and find my show Kyle and Nick on Film as well on YouTube. All those links are down in the description. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.